in 3 years. Oh, yes! JT for the W.
Well, I'm excited once again to be joined by our lead stats guy, Lou Stagner, who also happens to be the assistant men's golf coach for the Princeton golf team. Lou, it has been a wonderful month in golf. Not just that the weather is changing, it's getting nice outside, but we got a lot to talk about, including Rory McIlroy, who had quite the April.
Monkey is finally off his back, finally gets that Masters victory. And the career Grand Slam, only the 6th player ever to do it, now owns all 4 majors and a victory in every calendar month of the year.
I thought that was one of those interesting stats that he had never won in April. And I mean, there's more than one tournament in April, but for some reason around the globe, he had never won a professional tournament in April. That seems like such an odd way to categorize wins, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, there's more than one tournament in April, but to Rory, I think there's only one that really mattered, and he finally got it. It was fun to watch.
It was. And I think the back nine and the display he put on with his iron was really something that was, I almost want to say, generational, like once in a lifetime. Like, it was incredible to see those shots that he hit down the stretch.
On 15, 16, and 17, he hit 3 shots in a row that were just extraordinary. And I ran the numbers on them. And in order to perform at that level, the chances a Tour Pro does that is about 1 in 29,000 with how well he hit those shots. Hitting 3 in a row that close is just off the charts good. No matter how you look at it, it was incredible to watch.
And he did it to win the Grand Slam.
He did it with the Grand Slam on the line and all sorts of stuff going on. I'm sure dealing with some mental demons as well. It was incredible.
It's Brian Harman, your champion.
Now, when it comes to April, there was more than just Rory, because Brian Harman also broke a streak and won at the Valero Texas Open as well.
Yeah, Brian Harman, nobody has a better short game when his short game is dialed, and he got up and down 9 times in the 3rd round. It's the 14th time he's had 9 or more scrambling saves in a single round, and it's the 3rd most on tour since 2012. I think we all wish we would have short games like that.
It goes to show that when players miss greens, because every tour player is going to miss greens, but being able to get up and down can really be the difference, especially when you're coming down the stretch and let's say you've missed more greens than the average group in the rest of the event.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do want to give him credit because his approach game was pretty dialed. He was 2nd in strokes gained approach and 6th in strokes gained putting. So when you combine that with the ability to get up and down at that clip, it's just hard not to put really good numbers on the board. Now,
speaking of putting, we got to talk about the chef. You know, he's excelled in many categories of the game, including ball speed, but it really was his putting that helped lead to his win at the Texas Children's Houston Open.
Yeah, I think you're right. A lot of people know Minwoo for his ball speed. He's top 3 on tour. He can really move it, but he had the flat stick firing this week, and he gained 8.71 shots in putting, best by any winner this season. He converted 100% of his putts inside of 5 feet and 66% from 15 to 20 feet, and that is just stealing strokes in bunches from the field.
Now it comes to Memorial Park, where he did happen to win. It is a golf course that does tend to favor bombers. Looking at the leaderboard, there was a number of players up there that possess a lot of ball speed. But for Minwoo, I think we talked about in the past, is that not only does he possess ball speed, but his scoring is something that allows him to be a top-level player. But he was also very long this week, wasn't it? How many drives did he hit over 300 yards?
Yeah, so nearly 87% of his drives were 300 yards or more. It's the 3rd highest share by a winner since 2003. And when you pair that with his phenomenal putting, he took the par 4s and really turned them into scoring holes. And he led the field in birdie or better percentage on the par 4s at 37.5%, which is just mind-numbing stat.
I think one of my favorite parts of his win was right at the very end. Minwoo, always a showman, gets up there and knowing that the cameras are on him, decided to do that little aim point over the 1-foot putt, knowing he was going to get the laugh. It was almost like he was playing to the crowd, and I think he really is a crowd favorite winner from the Houston event.
Yeah, fun to watch, and I enjoyed seeing that moment.
Now, speaking of breaking streaks, We had another one at the RBC Heritage. And now look, I know that we can't calculate strokes gained new dad. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe we'll have to add that to the data bank, Lou. But Justin Thomas went on to win and break a streak that he hasn't won in almost 3 years.
Yeah, the other streak that he broke was the Thursday Jinx. So he's the first 18-hole leader or co-leader this season to go on and win. It's been a long time since we've had a leader or co-leader go on to win an event. It's the longest drought since 1983. Also feel like we need to mention his course record.
Oh, yes. He shot 61.
61, yeah. Harbour Town's course record in round one. His fourth win where he tied or matched the course record. And it's the 9th time in his career he's posted or matched the course record. Imagine holding 9 course records on the PGA Tour. It's pretty astounding. I'm curious to know how many golf courses they've played, unique golf courses they've played over JT's career, and the fact that he holds 9 of them. I mean, it can't be more than 70 or 80 golf courses he's played on, and he holds course record on 9 of them. That's pretty amazing.
It goes to show that for him, when it all comes together, he obviously very much excels, but his ball striking is something that has never really left him. It was more of a putting thing, but again, putting and iron play both stood out this week around a golf course that requires you to hit small greens, and when you miss those greens, you got to get up and down, which means you got to be putting well too.
Yeah, he was 5th in strokes gained approach and 3rd in strokes gained putting. That's a pretty deadly combination to put some low numbers on the board.
Right on, Lou. Well, thanks again. I always love diving into the stats. Again, I'll leave that little note for you there. We'll talk about strokes gained new dad at some point. I for me, I have 2 kids now, so at some point it's probably got to help my game, right? But anyways, thanks so much for diving into the data, Lou, and I look forward to talking again.
Thanks, Ryan.